What's up, First LEGO League challengers, and welcome to the FLL video series playlist for robot design and strategy. In this video, we'll give you an overview of robot design and strategy and the upcoming videos in this series. As you may know by now, there are three major components to judging: core values, robot design, and the innovation project. Since this video is just an overview of the robot design and strategy, all related in-depth videos will be located when you click the YouTube banner above.
The process for building your robot can be broken down into 5 simple steps. Following these steps will help your team succeed and perform well at your competition. Step 1 will be analyzing your robot game. Now don't worry if you don't understand what this means just yet, as we will be giving you a brief overview of what this means later in the video. Step 2 will be to build your robot base. Your robot base is where all of your pieces, motors, sensors, and your brick come together to transform into a working robot. Steps 1 and 2 can be done interchangeably, but for the purposes of this video, we will be following this specific order. Next, for step 3, you will want to build your attachments in order to perform the specific missions to get points. Attachments are components that are added to your robot to help your robot complete the missions on the field. They are made out of the pieces that you will receive from first to help build your robot. Step 4 will be programming your robot. This will not be covered in our robot design and strategy video series. The last step, step 5, will be to compete and present your robot at competition. Remember, no matter what happens with your robot at competition, always maintain a positive attitude and keep in mind the first core values. In this playlist, our videos are going to be covering steps 1 through 3 in deep detail. Now, it's time for us to give you a brief overview of each video in this playlist.
Our first video will be an introduction to robot strategy, and we're going to teach you how to analyze the robot game. On kickoff day, first we'll officially reveal their annual challenge. On this day, you should watch the first challenge video, which will be posted on their website and on YouTube in order to familiarize yourself with the challenge. You should also read the challenge document, which will be posted on their website, as it will cover what was said in the challenge video in much more detail, as well as introduce some new elements. The challenge video and the challenge document will cover the different missions in the challenge. Missions are tasks that your robot needs to complete in order to gain points. In this video, we will be teaching you how to choose which missions your robot should try to complete, as well as how to group your missions together.
Parts of a robot. In this part of robot design, we are going to go over the parts that make up your robot. These include the EV3 brick, the motors, the sensors, and much more. We will also be covering how to properly use these pieces as well as the functions that they serve.
Next up, we have our building a robot base video. The robot base is what you build at the beginning of the season, and it will become the basis of your final robot. It is a simple frame that will allow you to easily build it while also allowing you to test out whether or not your code works for each mission. As the theme changes each year, so do the missions. As a result, the ideal robot may change as well. For example, some years might require a really fast robot, while other years might need an extremely precise robot to complete as many missions as possible. In this video, we will be teaching you how to build a robot that suits your challenge. We will also be teaching you the best practices when building your robot. Common mistakes that teams make, which can have disastrous consequences later in your season, will also be covered. One of the most important things about your robot is your wheels. In this video, we will be going over the benefits and drawbacks of the different types of wheels, as well as the most important thing to keep in mind when choosing the wheels for your base. We will also be going over some tips to make sure that your team selects the best wheels for your robot and your challenge. Next up, we have our building attachments video. Attachments are components of your robot that are built separately from your robot and can help your robot complete missions that it otherwise could not. In this video, we'll be going over the basic types of attachments, as well as providing you with some examples of how these attachments work. We will also be going over how to build attachments best suited to carry out the missions that you choose. But always remember, when building your attachments, keep in mind the 3 rules. You need to reuse attachments for different missions, use attachments that can easily be switched out, and make simple attachments. Click on the YouTube banner above to check out our Programming Your Robot playlist to make sure that your code is the best that it can be. Your robot will compete in 3 to 4 robot matches during your competition. If the competition has 4 matches, the first match will be a practice match, and the rest will count for your score. If the competition has 3 matches, All 3 matches will count towards your score. Your ranking is determined by the highest score you get after completing all 3 real matches. Teams score points for completing missions, as well as additional points for precision, or placing extra objects depending on the mission. There are penalties for picking your robot up from the field mid-match.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, as this helps FLL Challenge teams just like you find these videos much more easily and get help that they need.